I got a 1986 Pontiac Fiero GT as a project car. The crazy thing is I even bought an extra 3.8 liter supercharged engine to go with it. But the thing is, I really don't know that much about working on cars. So why would I have gotten so far in over my head, buying a car I didn't really know a whole lot about before I bought it, and an engine that I have to install myself in the car? Well, it's pretty simple. The whole reason behind this series is so we can learn more about working on and building cars, and you guys can just learn right along with us. I've always loved cars, and I've always wanted to know more about them and to learn how to work on them. Not just simple stuff like oil changes, but to really be able to remove an engine and work on it and install a new engine. And that is what we're gonna do with this car. So they only made the Fiero for about 5 years, and not a lot of people know much about it. The coolest and most unique feature of the Fiero is right here. No engine in the front. The Fiero was the only mid-engine vehicle mass-produced in the US until recently when they came out with the C8 Corvette. And since both cars are GM, you could say the Fiero is really the father of the new Corvette.
You are the father!
So that takes us to the back where the engine is. So I might be a little partial, but I think the stock 2.8 liter engine looks pretty cool. Pontiac really did a good job designing this car. The Fiero came in 2 different body styles. There was the notchback, and then in '86, they came out with the fastback. It has very classic 80s styling. One example is pop-up headlights, baby. If there's anything that screams classic 80s car, it's pop-up headlights. When I first saw the ad on Facebook Marketplace, man, I just absolutely fell in love with this car. I'm from the 80s, it's from the 80s, match made in heaven, baby. The good thing about getting a project car like this that already looks nice, runs well and everything is that rather than taking a car and trying to get it running and working properly, I can take a car that runs and works properly and just improve it. Another thing I love about the Fiero is how low it sits to the ground. If you're gonna have a 2-seater sports car, you gotta just feel like you're sitting slammed down on the ground. So Dan also has a project car. He has a 1975 Datsun 280Z. It's so similar to the Fiero. They both have 2.8 liter engines. They both weigh about 2,800 pounds. They have pretty low horsepower, honestly. Mine's about 140, Dan's 280Z is about 148. But while Dan's car is known for its sleek lines, long hood that just stretches out forever, the Fiero mostly is known for catching on fire. That's a bit of a misnomer because there were a number of cars from the very first year of production that caught on fire, which is horrible, but they fixed the problem. The GT doesn't even have the same engine as the one that caught on fire, so it really got a bad rap off the start. And while the engine isn't powerful, I have this supercharged engine to go in it. I have a whole list of things I want to work on. As a temporary solution, I'm going to install some spring spacers. I'm going to actually rebuild the entire front suspension. I'm going to rebuild the shifter. I'm going to install a doubled-in modern stereo. And I want to paint match the entire exterior just to make it look a little more modern. There's a lot of other stuff I want to do, but that's basically the few projects that I want to get done this winter. That way I'm ready to drive and even go to car shows and stuff in the spring. So I think my biggest fear with this project is just it's the engine swap for sure. It's overwhelming. I mean, I've never done anything like this, and it's kind of a freaky thought to think about driving a vehicle that you have put the engine in when you've really never done that before. The good thing is though, anything can be fixed. That's the beauty of this segment of our show is we get in there, we get hands-on, we're not gonna hide anything. Like if something is tough, if something doesn't work, if something breaks, you guys are gonna be there, you're gonna see it all. And I think, you learn best from mistakes. So if by us making some mistakes and getting things wrong on our cars can help you guys learn and not make the same mistakes on your own cars, then to me that is mission accomplished, because this series is just all about learning and all of us going on this adventure together, learning how to work on cars.
That's inspiring.